Okay, welcome everybody. Happy Thursday. A few people rolling in. I'm going to go over here. Damon, if you want to grab your LinkedIn, you drop in the chat box. And so
Shall do that.
let's see how our friends are popping in. And if you are interested, if we were in person today, we'd be high-fiving, handshaking, all that stuff, handing out business cards, trading LinkedIn profiles. So if you want to drop your LinkedIn in the chat, it's a great opportunity to make some new friends here. Might be a new customer sitting here in the crowd, right? So there we go.
Oh,
And Michelle, if you have anything if you want to drop any events, anything coming up from for Purdue, feel free to drop that in the chat for our friends.
Okay, thank you.
And okay. Yeah, let my dear friend Lisa in. And so good morning, good afternoon. It's officially afternoon. So hello, Rodney, Casey, Tim, Sean, and Josh. What else we have here? Dasherath. Am I saying that correctly? So happy Thursday, happy Friday if he's I'm not sure what side of the world he's on. And then let's go okay, I think we're at time, Michelle. So if we want to go ahead and get rolling, and then I'll just let people. Hey, Lisa's here today. Happy Thursday, Lisa. So, Michelle, do you want to kick things off? Just do like a quick little intro for the Purdue MEP.
Well, sure. Purdue MEP, I've been with Purdue for over 17 years now, and our MEP Center is one of many across the nation. And we work with small and medium sized manufacturers to assist them in becoming more efficient, problem solving them through process issues or uptraining their staff. So there's many things we do for them. We just problem solve whatever issue they need us to do for them. So that's us in a nutshell.
Well, excellent, Michelle. Well, thank you for hosting the party today. It's always an honor and such a privilege. If you have not connected, engaged, or had any activity with the Purdue MEP, we strongly encourage you, welcome you, invite you to do so. They are 40, 50, I think, plus strong team of just subject matter experts all over the state, helping wonderful Indiana manufacturers be your best selves. So reach out to the Purdue MEP. They have all sorts of wonderful programs. And just like here, they love putting on these little education shindigs, if you will. And so it's an honor and privilege for us to join you today. My name's Curt Anderson, and I'm live from Lakewood, New York. And Damon Pistulka is here today to join you. Damon's coming from Seattle, Washington. Damon, good morning to you. How are you?
I'm doing great. Ready for this.
All right, so let's dive in. So, guys, what we're going to talk about is live streaming. And, we've got a small, intimate crowd. I would love to make this interactive. If you guys have specific questions, man, we would love, instead of just listening to Damon and I drone on, we have a good time. But we would love, if you have questions, raise your hand, drop it in the chat box. We'd love to make this interactive. Again, we want to make this as fruitful, beneficial as possible for you guys. We got a couple more people popping in. So Ken, happy Thursday to you. I think Luis joined us here. So again, guys, drop your LinkedIn or your website, or just let us know where you're coming from. Drop that in the chat box. And again, my name's Curt. This is Damon, and we are going to dive in. So Damon, what the great thing about working with our friends here in manufacturing is that little Made in the USA. Michelle, we might have to get a little Made in the USA chant going throughout the program, just to warn you. So let you know. So, all right, Damon, the name of our program is we want to help manufacturers stop being the best kept secret. This
Mm-hmm.
is my mom's favorite book right here. Michelle, I don't know if you knew that we're going to showcase my mom's favorite book, Stop Being the Best Kept Secret. Her favorite son wrote it a few years ago. And it's really a guide or resource guide, if you will, for manufacturers to kind of figure out this whole digital transformation, this e-commerce thing. Well, we have really are super bullish on live stream for a number of reasons. We're going to dive in. Damon, let's dive into some of the reasons that why we love live streaming, especially for our friends in manufacturing.
Yeah, this is one of the main things. The reasons I like to use live streaming the way we do is because, and I think it's beneficial for manufacturers because I don't think anybody loves making cold calls.
Cold calls can be challenging. Michelle, I used to have hair, then all of a sudden I had to do a bunch of cold calls, and look what happened. It's a very stressful job for our sales friends out there. We're going to dive into some different examples. Now, Damon, we're always hearing content for our marketers out there. Our friend Lisa's here. Other folks are solo marketers, and it's all about marketing, right?
Hmm.
Creating content, blogging. I don't do you know many manufacturers that love blogging?
Not really.
Okay.
No, it's
So
just I mean let's be realistic. If you're a writer, blogging is pretty easy, but if you're not a writer, it's difficult. And most of the world is not writers.
right. Especially in manufacturing. So, again, like pinning down a manufacturer to sit there, belt out a blog, probably not going to happen. It's very daunting, very challenging. And so the big thing is for our marketing friends, solo marketers, manufacturers, you guys make and manufacture incredible widgets, just awesome products all day, every day. In the past, maybe you'd go on the road or you'd go to trade shows, that type of thing. The world has completely changed. And so we want to show you just a great way of how to create awesome content. Aiden, good morning. Happy Thursday. I guess it's afternoon. Happy Thursday. So again, guys, if you're just popping in, let us know where you're coming from. Drop in your website. Great opportunity to network with each other. Drop in your LinkedIn profile if you so desire. So Damon, the big thing is manufacturers are super humble. They keep things close to the vest, but there's a great saying, closed mouths don't get fed. Why is it so important to like just get that message out there?
Well, because your best customers are out there, they just may not know you. And that's one of the biggest things that we all face is our best customers, do they even know about us? I mean, how many times, and this is I know MEPs see this all the time. You may have one manufacturer in your state that needs something, and they don't even know that someone two towns away makes the products
Right.
that they need.
Right.
And they'll go all the way around the world to find it and find that the pain in the butt, the cost to get it there, and all these other things make it way more difficult than they have to. And it's just because of this very thing that they don't know that person and that company is there that could help them.
That's right. You're the best kept secret. So, guys, the program today, we've got the best kept secret for you to help you to stop being the best kept secret. Now, we're going to talk about going live. So, I'm sorry to show this like shameless picture of myself and Damon all over the place. What we did, Damon, let's just share a little bit with our friends here, our background. So, during COVID, I don't know, did anybody hear about this thing called COVID? Michelle, did you hear about that thing called COVID? I don't know, anybody escape that or, hit me pretty hard. Anyway, during COVID, you and I started this little thing. The world shut down, and we're trying to stop being the best kept secret. LinkedIn offered a LinkedIn Live. People can go on Facebook Live, YouTube Live, Instagram, all these wonderful social platforms. You were really a pioneer. You dove into LinkedIn Live early. What inspired you to jump onto LinkedIn Live?
Initially it was because when COVID started, we wanted to be helping people in business, and that's what we do day in, day out, is help people run their businesses. And it was just to share information. And what I realized over time is it was a way to build a community of like-minded people that really care about an industry, that care about helping each other. And wow, such an education that you get from doing it. And then it really became more about, just because of the friends you make and the resources and just the knowledge you gain.
Yeah, and again, when we were talking about like those cold calls or like making that engagement, those relationships, like what you're looking at here, there's a number. So Michelle, you'll love this. There's a number of MEPs up here. We're actually going on site at manufacturers. We're on the shop floor at manufacturers. Just and what we're doing is we're just highlighting and showcasing, your area of expertise, that type of thing. And so this is what live streaming can do for you as a manufacturer, is just getting that message out there. Super affordable, super cheap. Damon, let's go here. What you and I have discovered, we've been doing this for 4 years. We literally have done hundreds and hundreds of episodes. I feel this is one of the best methods for business development. What's your take?
Oh yes. I just, being in sales and for many, many years, the way you can meet people, the way you can talk with them about their area of expertise and really get to know them is just unparalleled with a live stream format. You get whatever it is. If your show is 30 minutes long, you get 30 minutes to let that person explain to you how they're, you know, sharing their gift with the world, whether it's making circuit boards or doing some other kind of service that's really beneficial to maybe you, maybe your customers, maybe your industry. And along with that, you get to be part of that industry, that part of that sharing of that information with your industry. And man, it's just really incredible what it does.
Hey, I love it. And people are dropping their notes in the chat box. So
Yes.
Casey, thank you. Happy Thursday. We've got Rodney, we've got Josh, we've got Dasherath, if I'm saying that correctly. Hopefully I am. Aiden's here. Luis. So is it Lewis or Luis? Am I saying that right? Give me, so how am I saying?
Lewis.
Lewis, happy
Thank you.
Thursday,
Thank you for
dude.
asking. Yeah.
So for folks that just popped in, what I would love is any questions. All right, how about a show of hands, or if you want to put in the chat box, how many people are considering doing live streaming? Anybody? Aiden, Lewis, are you guys considering it? You're just curious? Is that why you're here? What's the goal today? If you want to drop that in the chat box, or if anybody wants to come off of mute, does anybody who's thinking about going live stream? Anybody?
We have never even thought about it until right this second.
Lewis, if I looked as handsome as you, dude, I would be on national
Yeah.
TV. They'd be streaming me live on Netflix, man. So like with
Yeah.
you and Aiden, you guys have got to do a live stream. Michelle, I don't know what you
We
think,
need
but I
to.
think these guys need to definitely do live stream. Casey, any takeaway from your end? Anybody else thinking about live streaming, or what's your takeaway? What's your goal with our workshop today?
Yeah, so I recently started a podcast, industry specific podcast for just other Signorama franchisees, and live streaming is kind of it's a different ball game. So just looking for the opportunities.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Love it. Well, again, thank you for joining us, and feel free, hey, interrupt us. I don't mind, just let
Yeah.
us know. Again, we want this as beneficial, fruitful for you as possible. Damon, let's go here. Time and money. I don't know about you. I've tried a little bit. I had an e-commerce business 100 years ago. I've spent, man, a fortune on paid ads and this, that, the other thing.
Mm-hmm.
Your takeaway for the time, money, energy, efficiency for live streaming. What are your thoughts here?
Well, I think that for me, it is the best option for me. I mean, we're not talking about and the clients that I'm helping that are actually doing it, because the time you spend on video then creates a blog post. It then creates a podcast. Then it creates, not to mention the relationships and the business it ultimately creates, but it creates the content in one sitting, right? It really does. So and when you talk about money, it's relatively low cost to do it.
Right. And hey, Aiden drops a note. We are not marketing much at all, looking for any experience through others on how we can best do that in the manufacturing industry. Awesome. Great comment there. Again, guys, keep the comments coming. Love to hear it. Now, guys, what we've done, we've come up with 39 and a half reasons, benefits of why you need to be live streaming. Casey, we're going to go through each and every single one of these one by one. I'm just kidding. We would not do that to you. I'm just kidding. These are the two that we're going to cover for our little workshop today. Exciting, amazing, tremendous, wonderful, exciting sales growth opportunities. And just for the record, like, we're not selling you guys a thing. Like, we're not big hype, used car salesmen. We're just here at the Purdue MEP. This is purely an education play. So we have no skin in the game per se. We're just here to just show you guys kind of like what we're just so passionate about this and feel this is such a powerful tool. And the big thing is, like, what are we selling, Damon? Let's talk about the H to H. I love when you do this, dude. You give me chills. What does H to H stand for?
Well, it's that human to human relationship, right? We're doing B2B sales, but really we're doing business with other people. They want to know who the heck they're doing business with. They want to know what you stand for, how much you know. And when you use the live streaming format, they can get to know you. You can, in your best customers, you can highlight your best customers. It just helps to build that trust, and they can decide if they like you. Because let's be honest, not everyone's going to like you. It's just the way it is.
Damon, you're making a great point. Even though my mom thinks I'm for everybody, Michelle, I'm just not. It's just not possible. It can't be for everyone. So, and that's a great thing about live streaming is sometimes, I don't know, as manufacturers out there, you guys get those leads or that opportunity that maybe isn't like the best fit for you guys, this is a great opportunity, not only, embracing and welcoming those wonderful, incredible opportunities, but also taking a peek at what are not such the great opportunities, really laser focusing on what you're best at. Just showing you like another example here. These are success stories, and again, Michelle, all these are through MEP network. These are all manufacturers. So we have found that our live stream is just really the golden ticket for testimonials. Every single one of these folks that you're looking at, these are clients of ours that we've worked with. When we get done working with them, we bring in a teammate like our friend Michelle here at the Purdue MEP, and we're just doing a wonderful celebration on talking about how wonderful they are. And in the same regard, they're going to share the experience of working with ourselves. So I want to encourage you, plant that seed. What a great way to showcase your clients, maybe your manufacturing clients, if you're selling direct to consumer or in the B2B space, and just capturing that on video. Damon, let's go here for another example. This is a wonderful manufacturer, dear friend of ours. We were actually on site with her. She is in Alaska. So, Michelle, this was through the Alaska MEP. She manufactures women's clothing. Like, who knew that someone on this planet in Alaska, the great state of Alaska, is manufacturing women's clothing? Well, Damon and I had a great opportunity. We were doing our live streams from Alaska. We connected with this woman here. And Damon just talked like it was almost like a little QVC show where like she's showcasing this awesome product that she makes.
Yeah, I mean, this is a great example. She really is using this type of format to get her product out there to the world.
Absolutely. And Casey, here's one thing. We're going to cover this a little bit. One thing I love about live streaming is on a podcast, I can tell you how awesome, hey, this vacation is, or how awesome this clothing is. But man, with live stream, now I remove my imagination. Now I can see the awesomeness. And I'm telling you, like Damon and I've seen this clothing firsthand. My daughter loves her clothing. This is great stuff. So that's the benefit of the visual. Now, Damon, we'd love to talk about like that blue ocean strategy. Anybody familiar? If you guys haven't read that book, man, I encourage you guys, read that book, Blue Ocean Strategy.
Yep.
The red ocean is where the sharks are swimming and it's all bloody. You want to slide into that blue ocean. I feel strongly that a live stream gives you that blue ocean opportunity. Damon, what for our manufacturing friends out there, how could this help them beat the competition?
Well, it's because you're going to be seen, right? You're going to be seen with others in the industry. You're going to be seen giving educational advice to potential customers. You're going to be seen with other industry professionals that your customers might be looking at as well, depending on your show format and who you're interviewing. This is just the way that you can stand out, because most people, honestly, let's be honest, most of us as manufacturers, we're worrying about manufacturing our product, not building our industry relationships and our customer relationships. It's more about what we're doing inside. And this is a way for us to easily get outside with customers in the industry that we couldn't otherwise.
That's, and again, like to Aiden's point, just many, many manufacturers have been around for decades, even a century, and they've built this wonderful, illustrious business with no, marketing wasn't a thing. We went on the road, we went to a trade show, and just, branding and this whole marketing thing wasn't a big thing. Now with COVID and now internet, e-commerce, the channels have completely disrupted. And so, Damon, one of the big lines, and again, we're here at Purdue University. Hey, what a great year you guys had in basketball. How about here? Let's hear it for Purdue for, man, you're very close, right? What a great season they had.
Really good.
That's right. So, all right, go Boilermakers. So what we love to say is, how do you out teach the competition? So instead of like, when it comes to, especially our friends here, Aiden and Lewis, you're new to marketing, or some of the manufacturers, our friend Lisa, Lisa's a client of ours through the Purdue MEP, Lisa, marketing was new for your company. And, it's daunting. It's overwhelming. They say 50 cents of every dollar is wasted in marketing, and it's trying to figure out which one is which, right? Which 50 cents of every dollar is. So the thing is, what we love to say, instead of wasting money, time, energy, how about out teaching the competition? Damon, what are some examples? We're doing it right here, right? We're practicing what we preach. We're doing a webinar at one of the best, engineering schools in the country at Purdue. Why is it so important to out teach the competition?
Yeah, because your customers want to learn so they can make informed decisions. And if you haven't read the book, They Ask You Answer by Marcus Sheridan, he'll convince you why that needs to happen. And this is what you really can do with your live stream shows is you can bring in people to answer the questions that your customers are asking every single day, or prospective customers and existing customers ask every single day, and answer them, teach people what those answers are, why they're that way, everything from, it could be how to design an injection molded part, or why my street sweeper, what you want to look at to make sure your street sweeper is running the best way it can. I mean, it works in any industry with any product or service you're doing to be able to better educate your customers. Then when they need those products or services, where are they going to go? They're going to think you're the people that know.
Right. Exactly. It's, closed mouths don't get fed. So now, Damon, I don't want to put you down. We're not the sharpest tool in the shed,
Nope.
right? So
Nope.
we do a live show twice a week. We do it same time every Monday, every Friday. We've been doing it for 4 years. And the wonderful thing is we never need to be the smart guys in the room. I never want to be the smart guy in the room. I just want to be the guy that has smart people in the room with us. And so what we do, you're looking at all these subject matter experts, and Michelle, these number of our friends here, the MEPs are on this page right here. And so what we love to do is like, what are topics, what are questions that our ideal customers are facing? What are their struggles, problems, frustrations that they're dealing with on a daily basis? And I don't have all the answers, but boy, we try to go out and find these subject matter experts that are going to address those challenges, those problems, those frustrations. And again, Damon, I think we had a slide back here. It's about this, like what are all of us trying to sell on a daily basis, right? Whether it's a product, a service, solution, whatever it might be, it's one word only. It's that trust. And so that's what you got. I want to encourage you to think about, how do we do that? Damon, I love this slide right here. We had a subject matter expert come on our show. She showcased her expertise. I got a text message a week later. What happened here?
Yeah, well, she was on the show explaining something, and somebody contacted her after the show and wanted to do some business, and she got a nice contract from it.
She landed a $60,000 contract with a client by coming on our show, showcasing her expertise. And she landed, man, I almost got a trip to Bermuda, Damon. How about that? It didn't happen, but it was just nice getting that text message anyway. So,
yeah.
Anyway, now here's another example. So, we're here at the Purdue MEP. This is how we make a living. Damon, I don't know, these people in my house, they need to eat, and then I've got to pay for bills and stuff. So, I need to make a living, right? So what we do is we align and partner with wonderful folks at MEP Networks. There's an MEP in all 50 states. If you're coming to us from outside of the great state of Indiana, there's an MEP near you. So what we do is we utilize our live stream show as business development. Here's an example right here. I sent a note to somebody and I just said, hey, would you like to come on our live show? Hey, Curt, it'd be an honor to have our MEP featured on your live show. Let me have our center director. Now, Casey, pop quiz. If I call this agency who I want to align with and I say, hey, man, my name's Curt. I'm this awesome guy. I have my mom's favorite book. Would you want to do business with me? Probably not. But if I call up and I say, hey, could we showcase you? Can we feature you on our live stream show? And we're genuine. We're doing this with integrity. We have we are very passionate about what we do. And so now, hey, on a separate note, I'd love to have you as a third-party solution. That's how we make a living. So that's the thing, is like, we're trying to practice what we preach. Damon, here's another thing. There's some amazing people on this page. Like we've punched above our weight.
Yeah.
How about talk about the founder of Reebok? How did we get the founder of Reebok?
Oh yeah, that was crazy. Joe Foster was an incredible person to be able to interview. You think that, coming from his roots of his family being in shoes and then moving off into athletic shoes and then starting a whole category basically. And oh man, it was quite a story. But you look at anyone up there, Kerry Smith with the big fans company, and you look at even Dr. Yohuro. How many times have you seen him on Discovery Channel in What Is Made in America? I mean, you're just so lucky to be able to talk to these people, and our community, our listeners really enjoyed it as well. And it really does. It's just amazing what it can do to be able to reach out to someone in your industry or that you really feel would be great for your listeners and go, wow, I'm just so honored if you would come on. And these are nice people. they're nice people, and they'll come on and you'll get to talk to them and just share. It's so much fun.
Yeah. Lewis, this page was just for you. We're just name dropping. That's all. I don't know if anybody recognizes these names, but we're just name droppers. That's all we're doing. But anyway, I'm just kidding. But this is it's such a privilege. I almost feel guilty. These people come on the
Yeah.
show, and it's like it's a coaching session. Like we're just learning from these awesome people. They're showcasing books. Damon, we just had an exchange with a woman this morning. She's an author. Elaine, who I'm talking
Yeah.
about. She
Yeah.
just sent us a note. She has a book called $1 million one person business. Million
Yeah.
dollar one person business. She writes for Forbes. She features this anomaly of folks that she found this whole undercurrent of entrepreneurs that have built 7-figure businesses and they're by themselves. She's been on our show multiple times. Dear friend, she just dropped us a note this morning. She writes for Forbes. That's just a great connection for us. Let's talk about your industry opportunities again. So, hey, Michelle, we were just talking about that picture up to the left. That was at the at the MEP conference in Chicago that you and I were both at. Here's Carol Thomas. She's the director of the entire MEP network. She's
Mm-hmm.
been on a program a couple of times. And again, what we're sharing here, it's eight. And through this whole program, one thing I want to caveat, it's not about me. It's not about Damon. It's about you. We just want you. We just want to light that fire. Just spark some energy on how you guys could be doing it. So unfortunately, I'm not trying to hey, me, or all about us. We just want to spark some ideas on what you guys could be doing because we want you monster successful. Damon, let's dive into it. So say our friends out here, we're in a steel business, we're bending metal, cutting steel, circuit boards, whatever we manufacture. Let's talk about your internal expertise.
Yeah.
How important is it? I know Lisa here is on the program from Steel City Steels. She's done an amazing job doing this. Damon, how important is it to do this?
Well, you might have internal experts in your company that are, they might be designing, they may just have a ton of experience. It could be in CNC machining, it could be in building a certain product or service, or could be about how to use something correctly, that they're real experts in this. Get on there, let them come on and ask them questions about if I were doing this, if I'm going to design a metal enclosure, what are the things I need to understand, if I'm going to be bending the metal and making it or whatever. Or, it could be, how do I develop the right thing? Just whatever your customers would want to be learning about, those internal people that have been helping them for so many years can give them the answers they need.
I'm going to put my buddy Lisa on the spot. Lisa, I don't know if you're out there, if you can come off mute or whatever. Are you there? Are you there, Lisa? Can you hear me?
I am.
Hey, you've done an amazing job interviewing your internal subject matter experts, and then you've converted them into blog posts. Are you comfortable just sharing just a little bit of what you guys have done at Steel Cities?
Sure. We have a wonderful gentleman who heads up our sales team, and he has been instrumental in sharing his knowledge. He's been working with us and in the steel industry for upward to 30 years. So just a basket full of integral details and knowledge about the products and services that we do. So we have just created a content calendar based on each of our customer personas, and we have laid that out so that we have some variety in our content. And he drafts and we talk about, what we want to highlight, whether it's a product or a service. And then we also try to position it so it's not just about us as a company, but how we can educate the consumer. And as a result of that, we're able to put together some videos, which he tries to keep relatively short. And then we turn those into a YouTube post. We send out an email blast to our customer personas that we're uniquely speaking to. And then we follow it up a week later with a social post across, all the platforms. And that has worked out very well for us. We get a lot of great response, have a lot of great, engagement. And so we've been at it for about a year. It did take some time to kind of get into sync, but we're doing pretty well with it, I think.
Yeah, and I'm hope I'm not embarrassing you. I'm putting you on a spot here. So, and this is awesome. I think this is just so wonderful what Lisa and her team are doing at Steel City Steels. And look at all these blog posts. And again, Lisa, when you first started, you had no blog posts, no content up here, right?
No, it wasn't. And I'll shout out to the Purdue MEP. They were instrumental in getting me contact with Curt. and he worked with us, maybe 4 months, Curt? I don't know, for a little bit of time. We got to really get to know each other, had a lot of fun through that exercise, but no, we had nothing. We actually created a blog because of the things that we learned in working with Curt, and actually had to have it added to our web page, our website and everything. So it was definitely from the grounds up after working with Curt.
Well, Lisa, thank you, and I appreciate that. And again, we'll give all the credit to Purdue MEP. And how about a round of applause for Lisa at Steel City Steels for just
That's
crushing
cool
it here.
stuff.
So, and look at, and again, as we're thinking of ideas, hey, what do we live stream about? I can't, like here they're showcasing, Allie. Here's Dylan, and I believe these are brand new sales reps that you guys hired. So now you're featuring your internal team. You're showing your subject matter expert, and what I love, out teach the competition. How do you out teach that?
Look at these guides, just there's so much information in here.
Yep. Awesome. All right, we'll get back. Lisa, thank you. I know I put you on the spot, but I appreciate you. So,
Yes.
okay. And thank you for your kind words. I didn't do that for that reason, but thank you. Okay. Casey, here's another one for you that I'm not trying to put down podcasting because we're going to talk about podcasting in a minute. But one thing with the live streaming, what it does, man, so Damon's a little bit, he's got a few followers on LinkedIn. So we get a crowd, and the cool thing is people are actually commenting live while we're having these conversations. So you see these comments, hey, thanks for the great conversation. Nice to see you, Jordan. Love what you shared at the industrial marketing conference, blah, blah, blah. It gets the person juiced up. So Damon, just share a little bit, we could do a video, we could do a podcast, but man, sometimes that live just gives like that rare juice, right?
Sometimes you just, the topic, the people speaking, the conversation, how it's flowing. Yeah, I mean, you can get such great interaction, and this is where you're going to go beyond the topic and build community. And this is something that's really, I think, because you have two-way interaction with a live stream where you don't with the podcast. And podcasts are great because it's a different time that people can listen to them. These live streams, building this community of two-way interaction during that video is really pretty powerful.
Yeah, and the cool thing is, from a live stream, I can convert the live stream to a podcast.
Yes.
And the reality of like, hey, like however many people sign up for this program today, and then life gets in the way, busy, lunch, whatever, and then X number of people show up. So the reality of catching people at that time is difficult. The nice thing is it's evergreen content, because now you can take that video. We're going to show you a couple of different examples, but you can convert it to a podcast. You can put it on YouTube. You can convert them into YouTube shorts. So again, you can just get a wealth of, hey, let's say this word together. Repurpose. Let's do that in 1, 2, 3. Repurpose. Right? Let's be as efficient with our time as possible. So that's a great thing. And Damon, more shameless, man, we're just really patting ourselves on the back. But the great thing is, people get really juiced up coming on the live show, and these are the types of notes that we get. Man, thank you. This was awesome. We had a blast. Thank you for showcasing our company. Thank you for showcasing our employees. And so again, like we come into it with like pure, genuine enthusiasm. We're just so passionate about this, and it's just wonderful when we get these notes. Hey, Curt, thanks so much. It was so much fun. So on and so forth. Let's talk about YouTube. So now let's say if you did a live stream for 20 minutes, 30 minutes, or whatever, and who's going to watch it, Damon, other than our moms, right? And maybe a person or two watches 45 minutes worth of content. But when we slice and dice it, we're in this TikTok, Instagram, Reel, YouTube short world that we're living in. We get hundreds and hundreds of views when we take our clips and then we post them on YouTube. So that's another great way to kind of spread your reach out there. Damon, any takeaway on this one?
Yeah, the shorts definitely get you a lot more views, and they also then drag people. No, I shouldn't say drag people. They encourage people to go into your long form video, and you'll get more long form video play because of that. So yeah.
Okay. So all right. So go ahead. You good?
Well, you ask anybody, the short form video is where you can really get engagement. It's so many people watching.
Absolutely.
So you get your highlight reels, get those things on there because it makes a big difference.
So now we have started, so Damon, you've been doing it for a long time. We now our show is called Manufacturing E-commerce Success. Damon has another live stream show. It's called Faces of Business. They are both now on podcasts, so they're on all your favorite podcast, brands that you can use. So let's talk about the power of SEO. So any of our friends out there, SEO, search engine optimization. Search engine optimization, if that's new to you, that's a free rankings on Google. We have discovered, so I've been doing SEO for like, I don't know, Damon, like 100 years, it feels like, right? Since the 90s. So it's constantly daunting, challenging.
Yep.
Have you heard about this thing called AI? Has anybody heard about this AI thing? It's kind of like if you know, like, no, Casey, it's new, right? So, man, this whole AI thing is a little disruptive. We have discovered, man, that Google loves authenticity. There's a term for you guys. All right, we're gonna have a pop quiz later, so I'm teeing it up right now. So you guys got your pen ready? Lewis, you got your pen? Okay. Google is looking for good eats. It stands for EATS. Now, just to make it a little bit more confusing, they added a new E, okay? It stands for experience, expertise, authority, and trust. Those are the 4 criteria that Google is ranking our keywords, right? What are our keywords?
Yep.
Our core strengths. How do we make the world a better place? I bend metal. I cut steel. I make circuit boards, 3D print, whatever you do, right? What we've discovered is Google really loves video content. So this is one of our keywords that we were going after. So we intentionally are putting our keywords in a phrase of one of our live stream shows. So what thing that we do for a living, like Lisa was describing, we do B2B e-commerce training. That's a great keyword for us. Okay. So as a matter of fact, Damon, you know what? Hey guys, you ready? I don't know if you need permission slips. We're going to go on a little road trip, Damon. We're going to
Let's
go
do
off,
it.
we're going off presentation. We're going to go on a little road trip. So let's go here. Okay. So if I do a Google search for B2B e-commerce training, here is Big Commerce, multi publicly traded company, huge brand. All these are big brands up here. These are paid ads. These are Google pay-per-click ads up here. Okay. I come down here. Damon, do you recognize anybody? Do you recognize any of these 3 guys right here?
I've seen a few.
You've seen those? You recognize that bald guy in there?
Yeah.
So what we've discovered is by putting our keywords in the titles of our live stream, we now are coming up on different search. Okay. So the name of our program is Manufacturing E-commerce Success. If you Google Manufacturing E-commerce Success, all you're going to see is our show. Okay. Now, the thing is, you're like, okay, well, who's Googling manufacturing e-commerce success? But what I want you to think about, so Aiden, Luis, what is a keyword? What's a phrase that you would want to come up on over and over and over? This is an opportunity for you either name your live stream show tied in with, circuit board, fun-filled circuit board manufacturing. That could be the name of your show. Now you've got your keyword in your show, using that over and over and over again. Damon, what do you want to tag on there?
It's amazing how this works. That's all I can say. It's amazing how it works because we were just had a show, what was it, last week, where they were talking about how Google, earlier this week, where they were talking about this Eats and Google and how the algorithms are changing. So the plethora of AI generated text-based information is really not getting the bang for buck that it is now. And what you can do is it knows this is not AI content. And over time, because you're going to be on the social platforms with this live, you're going to be on your blog post with this, you're going to be on your website with this, it really does help to improve your trustability in terms of what Google thinks they should show to give people the right answers. And it's nuts how this works.
Okay, so this is hysterical. Okay, you guys ready? Now, man, Damon, I don't want to hurt my arm patting ourselves in the back. I know everybody's like, all right,
Kurt, okay, let's just be honest. We stumbled into this stuff.
Yeah, let's be truthful.
Because we thought it might work, and it has. And the advent of AI has only made it more effective. And it's just one of these things that a clock is right. A broken clock is right twice a day.
That's right. Well, good analogy. I like that. All right. I'm going to geek out for a minute. So forgive me if anybody out there like, Curt, what on earth you're talking? So Michelle said that this is the advanced class, Damon. So we're going to go a little advanced right now.
Okay.
So this is a tool called Google Keyword Planner. Google Keyword Planner. It is one of my favorite words, free.
Free.
Completely free. Doesn't cost a penny. It's from our dear friends at Google Keyword Planner. what I encourage you to think about, like our friend Lisa, she's in a steel business. So we were geeking out. We spent a lot of time, Lisa, remember, jamming on our keywords on Google Keyword Planner. One of our keywords is SEO for manufacturers, SEO for manufacturers. So I put that in here. See my mouse? Hey, Google, how many people are searching SEO for manufacturers? I come down here, and if I slide over, do you see where this says 100 to 1,000 average monthly searches? So again, not about us, it's about you. I strongly encourage you, welcome you, invite you. Think about what are your keywords. You could use this free tool and you pop in here like, hey, Google, how many people are looking for this keyword? Because Damon, you say this all the time. If we're selling pens, man, I need to sell a lot of pens to make a living, right?
Yep.
But if I'm selling steel, like our friend Lisa, she could land one customer and it could make the year. It could be game changing. They could land 2 or 3 customers and like just crush their, like it's not like manufacturers need thousands and thousands of customers, just a handful, right?
Yep.
So on here, on these searches, I see 100 to 1,000. I'm like, well, hey man, that's a keyword that I would love to rank for. I want to come up for SEO for manufacturers. So check this out. We did a live show on what's today? Thursday. We did a live show on Monday. And we intentionally, I called it SEO for manufacturers. It's right here. If you do a search, I don't know, and I'd be curious if you guys want to do a search wherever you're at, and maybe you'd be like, hey, Curt, it's not coming up on my page. But if you do SEO for manufacturers, I click videos. Our video is showing number 3, and we just posted it 2 days ago. Casey, somebody prove me wrong. Somebody say, Curt, anybody want to test that out? SEO for manufacturers, click on the videos and see if it's coming up. Third.
Comes up third. Yeah. See, it's crazy.
Right, so Damon said the clock is right twice a day. That's me and Damon. So anyway, this is just a pure experience. We did this intentionally.
2 days ago.
2 days ago. This was an experiment, and now we're coming up, and this, we're going up against these, and there's a lot of competition on this page. So what my point here is, if you were to go live stream, or if you're in a competitive space, or even more so, you know what? A lot of our manufacturers have pages. As a matter of fact, there's a lot of keywords for manufacturers where it's not. I have a client in reverse logistics, and so let me just show you an example real quick. Okay, if you take your keyword and you do reverse logistic, or do your keyword, and if it looks something like this, where there's just like there's not a heck of a lot going on, I'm like, man, like that's a great opportunity to get a video in there so you can start ranking quickly. Okay. So anyway, I threw a lot at you guys right now, and I apologize because I get really fired up. Any questions? Did any of that make sense? Did you guys, was that Lewis? You give me a nod. Casey, you give me a nod. Anybody else, if you want to drop that in the chat? I can only see a couple people. I see Aiden. So if you guys, Aiden, did that make sense? Did you follow that? Clear as mud, right? Okay.
Yep.
All right. Bottom line, search. We want you from the Purdue MEP. We want you guys crushing your search terms so nobody else is being found. We want you to be found. Damon, any takeaways there?
Well, and this thing in search, it's free traffic, right? This is free traffic. This is not paid traffic. And that's the thing that really, really, really is nice about this. Over time, you can build your free traffic an awful lot.
Absolutely. And here's the show.
Can I ask a question about the keyword planner?
Please do.
So that's just a tool to figure out how you want to, like, you want to find phrases that are highly trafficked and then use those, right? There's no, okay.
If you guys don't mind, we have a couple minutes. Do you, Lewis, do you have, what do you guys do? What's your core? Do you have a keyword that you can do?
Yeah, I was messing with it while you were talking, and I wasn't getting a ton of searches, but we manufacture surgical cases and trays.
Sure. Now you're going to test my spelling. Surgical, what is it?
Yeah, cases and trays. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
So that's not a lot.
Well, all right. So here's the thing. Okay, here's like if I don't know if you're comfortable telling us that, in public, but if let's say hypothetically, if you're like, hey, our average sale, we sell by the pallet or truckload or whatever. If your average sale is like, hey, we're trying to sell to ABC Hospital, right? Am I correct?
No, we sell to OEMs, and then
you sell to OEMs. But
Yeah.
they're buying by what, truckload?
No, not exactly. It's more like they're very custom. So they're buying by like these custom sets, I guess. So it could range from
Got it.
five of these sets to 100, you know.
Here's the thing. If you guys are in a niche, and again, understand your supply chain, your customers
Mhm.
inside and out. Even like this right here, Lewis, you see where it says 0 to 10?
Yeah.
I'm no math major, but 12 times 10 is 120. There's potentially 120 people searching that per year. And if you're like, man, if I land like just a couple leads,
Yeah.
so don't be discouraged by that number whatsoever. Like when I had my SEO for manufacturers, there's like SEO for manufacturing companies, SEO for, so there's a lot of variables of that phrase. So what
Yeah.
I would encourage you to consider, play around with this, take this phrase, go to Google. Google will give you different ideas or different suggestions. But this is
Yeah.
not
So even the one above it, the keyword idea sterilization cases and trace, that's the same thing. So
Yeah.
maybe people are just phrasing it differently. So okay, yeah, that's helpful to know to kind
yep.
of play around with that.
Perfect. Okay. So again, I wanted to go through that. Hey, it's all about Lewis today. Lewis, hey, let's give a round of applause to Lewis for participating in class today. Thank you, Lewis.
Thank
But
you.
I just wanted to show that example, though it is all about Lewis, that's exactly what you can do for your product, your industry. Go to Google Keyword Planner and just kind of experiment with that on how that's going to be beneficial. Okay. Let's get back to the program, Damon. All right. If anybody goes to trade shows, what we discovered. All right, here's the keyword right here, B2B e-commerce readiness training. And that's how we started coming up on, that's how we're like, crushing it on that particular page. And that's a good search term for us. We also discovered, Damon and I sponsored a wonderful conference this year. It was called the Industrial Marketing Conference. I'm sorry, Industrial Marketing Summit. It was in Austin, Texas in January. What we did is we partnered with the folks that were putting on the conference, and we took a bunch of their speakers. They came on our show during December and January, helping hype up the show that was coming at the end of January. So let's say, Lewis, you're going to go to the Surgical Tray Association conference in Las Vegas, right? What you could potentially do is like interview people or do live streams building up to that conference. Check this out. If you Googled Industrial Marketing Summit going to the summit, here's Damon, myself and Damon are number 1, number 3, number 4 on the videos.
Yeah.
By putting in it again, now are we going to convert a client there? But again, we're just building that street cred and that viability. Okay. Damon, let's go here. We mentioned that AI word, right? That AI thing, I guess it's going around the world a little bit crazy. How does live streaming help our friends here AI proof their business?
Well, it's just like it's a content that you can't recreate yet with AI. And it's so authentic. That's the other thing. People are going to see your mannerisms, are going to understand the changes in your voice that just can't be recreated yet with AI. And it's going to help you really build that human to human connection.
Absolutely. So, hey, and Damon, how about me? It's all about Curt and Damon today. It's all about us, Casey, right? So, because of our live stream show, and again, like just being too, anybody watch the Muppets? Did anybody as your kid? Do you guys watch the Muppets? Casey, you know where I'm going, right? Me and Damon, like we're the two dudes in the right. I know you knew what I was going. Okay. So here we are in Alaska doing our live stream show. It was just such, Damon, like we were like two kids, right? We were like two teenagers hanging out together in Alaska. Michelle, you will love this. So again, if you guys haven't engaged, connected with the Purdue MEP, the Alaska MEP, our dear friends of ours, they started doing a live stream show. On their live stream show, a client of theirs came on, this woman in the far right up here. She's a tea manufacturer. Pop quiz. Who knew that they were manufacturing tea in Alaska? I had no idea that they're manufacturing. Damon and I got to meet this wonderful woman. Her name is Megan. She started a tea company. She connects with the Alaska MEP. She had to buy a piece of equipment, machinery. It was going to be $90,000. She's starting up, brand new, 90 grand, brand new. Lewis, think about that, right? She connects with the MEP. The MEP helped her find a new piece, a used piece of equipment that was for $30,000. They saved her $60,000. She talks on the show in a live interview how she was able to launch and start her business debt-free thanks to the Last MEP. So I'm sharing this story for multiple reasons. Number one, get those client testimonials on video, just like they did here at the Last MEP. Number two, if you haven't connected with a Purdue MEP, man, I strongly encourage you, because these are the opportunities that the MEP offers for folks. Damon, let's wind down here. I'm going to go back on another. You guys ready for one last road trip before we wrap up? Let's go. Okay, here is our website. So this is the episode we just did on Monday. Here's the keyword SEO for manufacturers. Okay, right there. Now, this is what I want to show you what we do with the content. We do a live stream show. So you guys know I talk a lot. So we went for 54 minutes. It was supposed to be 45, but we ran over. So we're interviewing these four are SEO subject matter experts for manufacturing and industrial companies. Yep. Damon and I don't need to be the experts. These guys, and it was mind blowing how good they were.
God.
Right? Mind blowing.
Nuts.
So now Google is looking for, what is it? Pop quiz, good eats, right? Experience, expertise, authority, trust. What we do now, we take that content, we put this little description here. We have all the highlights. So we use a tool that highlights all the timestamps. So now if somebody, hey, I don't want to listen to Curt ramble for 54 minutes. I just want to hear about leveraging video content for SEO and marketing. Well, I can go to the 39-minute mark. We come down here. Now check out this content. Remember we showed you Lisa's blog, how she's doing a great job with all that blogging. What we do is we take the transcription and we put the entire thing on our website. Now, I can't sit here and type this whole thing out. Damon's not going to sit there and type this whole thing out, but now we're just putting a ridiculous amount of content on our website. Now, here's the cool thing is, let me go down here. You go to YouTube. We take all of our videos and we put them on YouTube. Damon, what's it cost to be on YouTube?
It is free.
It's free. Now, the thing is, for some reason, Dale only got 17 views, but, here 340, 442. So it's always hit and miss. I haven't quite figured out. Michelle, I've got your colleague Art is on here somewhere. Here he is right there. There's Art Thomas from the Purdue MEP. But the thing is, when you take little clips, and these are really fun, cool clips, and you put them on for less than a minute, we're getting hundreds of views. And again, a great opportunity to get your message out there to help you stop being the best kept secret. Let's go back to the program, and we're going to wrap up on this. Bottom line, guys, we strongly encourage you to consider live streaming. It's just been such a blessing. Damon and I'm in New York. He's in Seattle. We've become great friends. We've gotten together multiple times, and it's all because of this live stream show. And Damon, our moms are just really proud of us. Isn't mom proud of you?
Yep.
There's good old mom right there. So, all right, guys, we're going to stick around. I'm going to be mindful of everybody's time. I know you're super busy, and I want to be respectful. Any questions that anybody has, I welcome you. Chat. We've got a small crowd. Take yourself off mute. If you have any questions, I'd love to dive in. Or Damon's going to start singing. So I'm pleading with you guys.
I'm warming up.
Question, because Damon singing is not Damon. You do have a good voice, but I don't want to hurt your feelings. But
yeah, not that good.
Not that good.
Curious if this specific I guess webinar or stream that we're on right now, is this part of a bigger series, or was just kind of would be like, I guess to learn more, do we just dive into like podcasts, videos, those that you showed?
Hey, great question. So, so this is a webinar that we did here. So ironically, Damon and I were building out a course, and so it's going to be coming out in a couple months. But we will have, we'll have that out there. But if you guys have any questions, this is what we do. We would love to, if you want to jump on a one-on-one call with us. Again, we need to make a living, but we're not here. We don't have anything that we're trying to sell. Everything that we do is through the Purdue MEP. So we partner and align with our friends here, Michelle. If you guys know Gene or Art or any of the amazing Renee, the wonderful folks at the Purdue MEP. So we'd be happy to connect with you guys there. But cool. There's my email right there, guys. Damon and I are all over the place on LinkedIn. We put our LinkedIn in the chat box. We would be honored if you would connect, follow you. We'd love to learn more about what you guys have going on. But yeah, Lewis, if you want to reach out, I would love to geek out or address any more questions that you might have.
Thank you.
I've got a question about Lewis's particular situation. So he has an incredibly niche product, very, very small amount of potential customers. what should his expectations be on building an audience, building that community? How should he be setting his, he's not going to get millions of views, and he's not going to
Yep.
get millions of clients from this. How should he set his expectations?
Casey, you know what? Hey, shame on me for not addressing that earlier. That's a fantastic question. So if I don't know, is anybody so your podcaster, there's a guy, John Lee Dumas, the Entrepreneurs on Fire, if anybody knows that, and so he does a great job and he sells courses he does advertising, he makes a fortune with his podcast. If somebody were out there like, hey, I want 1,000 followers and on my live stream show and I want advertisers, I'm not the best fit for that. What our goal here is really strategically, how do you build relationships? How are you creating just wonderful content? And how are you showcasing folks? So I'll use Michelle for an example at the MEP. So how Damon and I make a living is by aligning with MEPs around the country. So what we do is we'll bring on, we've had multiple of her teammates on our show or their clients, and we're piggybacking and partnering. Now, what we're doing is we're building business development with Purdue MEP with that relationship. Okay. So if I'm Lewis, for example, Lewis, just bear with my ignorance here. Who is, are you comfortable sharing who's an ideal customer of yours? Who's calling you today?
Arthrex.
Who?
All right, they're called Arthrex. They're a big OEM.
They're an OEM, and what do they manufacture?
So they don't manufacture. So they would be the ones. They're like the medical engineers that are designing these tools and these systems for surgeries, and then they would reach out to us, say, "Hey, we need trays for this system." Then they reach out to instrument manufacturers, and so everything's kind of outsourced from them. They're just kind of the development, I guess, and the brains behind it when we're just kind of a contract manufacturer.
Perfect. Okay. Excellent. Damon, do you have anything? Because I'm going to pull up something to address Casey's answer here.
Well, I think that even in a niche market, right, there might only be, even if you've got 100 people that in the US or globally that would be potentially reach out to you. What if you were number one on everyone's list? I mean, because whether you're in a market with 1 million people that would be your ideal customer, or 2, if those 2 people looked at Lewis and the company you're in and said, that's the only place to call, because that's what you want to be. I mean, because we're all in different size markets, and you really just want to be, because you want to be the one for the right people, and you don't want to be the one for the wrong people. And it's really, it's a great question, Casey, because yes, you may only have 100 or 50 or 20 potentials, but if you are the one that has developed relationships with each one of them by calling them up and going to that engineering group and saying, listen, what's the coolest thing that you could share with us on our show that's happening in the industry, because we want to talk about it? Or what's the biggest problem that you think that we need to address in the industry that we're not addressing? You can just build relationships with them and share that out to the industry, and they're going to see it's you doing it every time with all the people.
Yeah, absolutely. So Casey, I'm giving you guys a little secret sauce here. So when we work with our clients through the MEPs, we have this little worksheet program. We call it the digital game plan. Okay. And what we do is we dive in. I don't know, any baseball fans out there? So what we do is we encourage our clients, and they have a lot of fun going through this process. We talk about, okay, like Lewis, think about this. If you're a baseball fan, who are your singles? What clients are your singles? Like, man, I'll take these all day, every day. If one goes away, I'm bummed out, but it doesn't devastate the business. Then, like, let's go to the next base. Like, who are those doubles, man? Don't we love those stand-up doubles? Those are fantastic. Then we get into the triples. Michelle, look, you're a triple for me. I should put you as a home run. Then I get down here, like, all right, who are my home run customers? Think about, like, people that are completely going to change the trajectory of the business. Okay. So our clients love going through this process. We have a lot of fun here. We talk about who are our existing singles, doubles, triples, home runs, who are our prospects. Okay. Now, Lisa, who was just on here, and I don't know if I don't know if she's still here. Then what we do is we create that buyer persona. We call them soulmates. This is Lisa right here from Steel City. She's one of our ideal customers. So with this diatribe here, Casey, what we do is here's the candidates. These are the people that I would encourage you to consider interviewing. Who are your singles? Who are your doubles? Who are your triples? Who are your home runs? Then more importantly, what information do those folks need that
Yeah.
what are they frustrated with today? What problems do they have? What are they trying to conquer? Man, if I could get this off my plate, or if I knew how to do this, what would make my life better? That would be a great thing for your network. Last thing I'm going to share, we do this fun exercise. It's called the Soulmate 100. The Soulmate 100. Damon, you love talking about that one to many.
Yeah.
And this is where you can really develop
Yeah.
a great referral network. Damon, explain this here.
Well, if you got some people that are working in your industry, but they work with everyone in the industry or multiple people in the industry because they are selling a service that goes into a complementary service that goes into everyone's product or everyone's business or everyone like that. Those are the people that you want to focus on because they can get you a tremendous amount of referral business by you helping them be very known as well for what the problems they can solve. And again, you're just highlighting them and you're getting known alongside them as someone in the industry that's helping people.
So, for example, so say Lewis, just bear with my ignorance. Thank goodness I'm not in the hospital. I mean, I shouldn't have said
Yeah.
anything, Demon. I better knock on wood, right? So let's say you have one of your surgical trays. Okay, who would I want to potentially line with? And again, just bear with my ignorance. We're just running through a fun little exercise. Well, hey, maybe I could connect with the gauze guy. Maybe I connect with the needle person, or I can connect with what's every person that sells something around the tray, right? Now, the example Damon and I always use, I have a lamp right next to me, right? Think about if we were manufacturing lamps, who do I want to connect with? Who would be on my Soulmate 100? Well, hey, what about the lampshade person? What about the light bulb woman? What about the end table? What about the bed? What about the bed sheets? What about everything that would go around or support the lamp? Who's selling to the same ideal customer, the same soulmate? Those are great opportunities to interview. Damon, I just did so we have a client in Chicago who's going all in on this whole live stream concept, right? So he has a piece of machinery, you know what I'm talking about. It's
Yeah.
the Ferrari of the industry. Well, the president of the company that manufactures that piece of machinery was visiting him last night. So we interviewed the president with our client, the president of the manufacturer that we deal with. And then what we did is we interviewed the president of the piece of machinery that he has on his shop floor. And we just geeked out. And all we're doing is we're talking about industry. We're talking about sustainability, talking about what best practices, branding. Man, we just geeked out for 30 minutes, had a great session. And now that's going to live on their website. And we're going to do exactly what I showed you guys. We have the full transcription. We're building out YouTube shorts. And so it's just an enormous amount of content. And this guy's starting to get a lot of action. He had no social media presence whatsoever. And this was through the Illinois MEP. And so now he's getting traction and he's thrilled. So that's the concept is think of those subject matter experts that's just going to make you look like the smarter person in the room, right? Damon, how was that?
Well, and to be clear, this person is printing branded apparel.
Right.
I mean, this is not a special thing. This is on the other end of where Lewis is at. This is on something for just virtually any business.
Right.
And so you can use this in multiple places. And it works well if you just focus on helping those people in your industry, make better decisions, have more information, just be a good steward of your industry and help the people around you and your customers. And it does pay off. It does come back in the knowledge you gain, the relationships you build, and ultimately the business you get from it.
Last thing I'll share, Lewis, what I shamelessly love to do is get your vendors. That's what our client did just last. It was 5:00, 5:30 Eastern. I'm in New York Eastern time last night. Get your vendors because the thing is they want to highlight themselves, and shamelessly get your vendor to come on and talk about how wonderful you are and how amazing you are and what great how wonderful it is to do business with you. So you're kind of getting like a reverse testimonial. It's great. It's wonderful when we can get our customers on. I strongly encourage you to do that. But boy, get those vendors on. And again, you're just building street cred for them coming on and just talking about what a privilege it is to do business with you, right? So, all right. Man, Michelle, we are just so fired up. I know we're like 2 minutes
Yeah,
over.
we're running over as usual.
And I don't mind sticking around. Any other questions? I want to be mindful of everybody's time. Any other questions I would love to tackle? Man, this is fun. Lewis, you having fun?
I am. I really enjoy this.
Aiden, you having a good time? Got a thumbs up, man?
Yeah.
Nice. Okay. Any other questions that you guys want to hit?
Thank you, Curt.
All right, Michelle, we'll wrap up. Michelle, do you want to, hey, how about a round of applause for Michelle and the team at the Purdue MEP for hosting the party today? Michelle, thank you.
Thanks for that.
I want to thank everybody here today. I have the recording. We recorded this. It will live on my website. I'll send it over to Michelle. I think, Michelle, you guys send it out probably next week. And if you guys have any questions, please reach out to the Purdue MEP, reach out to Damon, myself. We would be honored to help you guys.
Thank you.
Thanks, everyone.
Thank you, guys.
Thanks, guys. Thank you, Michelle. Thanks, Casey. Thanks, Aiden. Josh, Sean, Dazerth, Rodney, Steve, Fritz. Hey, Fritz is out there. Thanks, Fritz. Sean.
All right.
All right. Damon, thanks, dude.
All right, dude. See you.
We'll see you. Thank you, Michelle.